We are 5 minutes late. Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Thou my mother, thou my father, thou art my friend and companion. Thou my wealth, thou my prosperity, thou my all in all, O Lord of Lords. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. So we are again back to our reading of the Narada's Way of Divine Love. Last time we read the verse up to 60, and where we have started this idea Narada is teaching that bhakti is very 58 verse we read. Last three I am just recapping. It is anna asmat Sulabham Bhakto. On many other practices for reaching God, but bhakti is very easy to achieve. It is very easy to attain because other paths are little difficulties. There are many requirements, but bhakta does not need any other requirement. But bhakta's requirement is he loves God. That's the primary thing. So, and everyone in their mind, love is a factor which everyone contains, so it is very easy. Second, you need not pramano antarasya anapekshatvat swayam pramanatvat. That bhakti, devotion, does not need some other testimony. It is you are your own testimony because you understand that how you are feeling within. Swayam Praman, one is developing love for God, one can feel the attraction for God, one will feel love of the devotees association, one will feel attracted to holy places, all these things. So it is a proof itself. Are you becoming a bhakta? Genuine bhakta? You don't need some other testimony. But this is the testimony. Your attraction is among those who are following the path of devotion. Then you will associate with them. Yeah, you will be feeling your joy inside. So this is the self-explanatory. And also it is very important that 60, what we read the last time, Shanti Rupat Paramananda Rupacha, as Brahman is Satchidananda, so God is Ananda and peace, joy and Ananda. Joy is Ananda and peace. So, are you feeling peace inside more? Are you feeling joy inside more? So that is proof that you are moving in God's direction and God is manifesting in your life. So you don't need any other suggestion. That feeling is very spontaneous. That's why this is very important that it is easy, bhakti is easy, at the same time it's grandeur. Its greatness is that you yourself are the testimony. You yourself will feel that how you are becoming peaceful more, how you are becoming established in joy. Things will happen in the outside world, but you will feel that you are in peace, you are in joy. You don't have any what you call unrest or unwanted feelings or restlessness. So restlessness will be for God. But in material thing, anything what happens, you will not feel any trouble by that. So that was the 68th verse, what we read last time. Love is felt and experienced in one's own heart, that itself is its own validity. So our nature of love, the nature of this divine love, which is only peace and supreme bliss, is only experienced when a man has reached his union with God. So as much as you tune yourself towards God, so much you feel that you are moving towards devotion. And final devotion is that you are established in that joy. You are established in that peace. One may find peace and joy in a human love, but that is not lasting. You may say, we can get peace, material peace, we can get material joy. We get it through so many. But yes, that can be. But that is not everlasting, that is momentary. The peace and joy that you experience through the devotion to God is lasting and continuous, and it grows in intensity. Now, these are the 68th verse we have read. So we start our reading on verse number 61 today. 61 verse says, Lokohano Chintana Karja Nivedito Atma Lokavedatvat. So this says the devotee Lokohani, no Chinta no Karja. Devotee does not grieve at any personal loss. Lokik Jagat. Anything gain or loss, he thinks how I am devoted to God or I have lost God. That is the loss. Material loss, they lose some money, they lose some friendship, they lose something. It does not make him feel that he has lost anything. So Lokohanu Chinta no Karja. He does not think even. That in the thinking, Lokohanu no Karja. One should not think if some friend leaves him, if some material gain or loss happens, he will not be affected by it. Why? Nivedito Atmaloka Vedatvat. He has surrendered Atma, himself to God, and also Loka Vedatvat, Lokik activity, the work in the society's duties and the Vedic duties. So all he does, everything is surrenders to God. That's a very beautiful. That the devotee does not grieve at any personal loss because he surrenders Nivedito Atma. He surrenders himself at the feet of the Lord, Atma. Nivedito Loka, surrenders everything to God. Loka means the same material plane, whatever is there, everything he gives it to God. And even the rites and ceremonies, Vedic rites and ceremonies, that also, after performing, he offers the results of that. Vedic rites and Upanishad says that so long you live in the body, you do all these. So long you are in the body, perform all the rituals and dictates of the Vedic rituals. But rituals are done for what? For material gain. You have to go to heaven, you can gain name, fame, you can establish yourself in the world, you may be Indra, Chandra, Varuna. Children. Yeah, anything you desire materially. But here the Bhakta will say, whatever is mine, it is thine. I offer it to you. I offer it to you. So he surrenders everything to So these are the practices. Today we are studying what should be the practice of bhakti and what is obstacle to spiritual life. What is obstacle to devotion? That will be described from 3-4 verses, 61 onward to 65. They will talk about what is the practice to be done and what are the obstacles to be overcome. So first of all says, bhakti sadhana practice. Don't run away from life. That's why lokuhano, live in the life, and any loss or gain, offer it to God. Offer yourself unto God. Atmo nivedanam. Loko nivedanam. And Vedattat. Loko Vedattat means Lokik and Vedic karma. The transactional world, you have some duties, responsibilities, as also Vedic activities are there. All have to be surrendered to God and God alone. So, the Swami here on page 132 says that the devotee does not grieve at any personal loss, for he has surrendered himself. Not only himself, he has surrendered everything he has in the loka, in the plane. And even in the rites and ceremonies which he does, has been enjoined by the scriptures, he also surrenders that also. And now the Swami explains, in fact, the devotee does not feel that he owns anything of this world. He has completely surrendered himself to the Lord. Self-surrender, as already explained by Narada, is the culmination of spiritual life. That is known. If one can, Gita says, Tasmat tam saranangacha sarva bhavena bharata. And almost at the end of the Gita, Bhagavan guides Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, you take surrender to me. Your all problem will go away. Tasmat dang saranangacha sarva bhavena, in all possible ways. Surrender to me. Aham tvang sarva papebho. If you do like that, then I will rescue you from all your sins and misdeeds. Aham tvang sarva papebho mokshayishyami. I will release you. I will free you from all your past deeds and actions, whatever is done. Aham tvang sarva papebho mokshayishyami. I will free you. Ma sucha. Don't repent. Oh, I did this job. Why did I do that? I did something good, something bad. In the past, I was a wretched person. That's why in the Bhakti school we find that stories of people who are very bad in their activities and thoughts and actions. They all become a saint and sage. So by grace of God. So surrender, surrender, surrender. So here also the words of surrender. It's a sadhana. What we have to do, this is a training of our bhaktas, those who want to be bhakta, that we have to think that if anything happens material world, we may be affected. But it should not be affected because we should have to surrender to God. And I don't care for whatever happens in the material world because life, birth, death, gain, loss is happening every day. So it is not very important. But you surrender to God. And you're all yourself. There is a song, Ami amar nui janoni amar কিছুই নাই ভূতলে এ ব্রহ্মাণ্ড তোমার সৃষ্টি দৃষ্টিহীনে আমার বলে শ্যামা. So, O Mother Sama, Drishtihine, who has no vision, he says that this world is mine, Ami Amar Nui. I don't belong to me. This I is not mine. Ami amar noi janoni. Oh mother, I do not belong to me. Ami amar noi janoni. Amar কিছুই নাই ভূতলে. Nothing belongs to me. What is mine? I have created nothing. His God has created even my body is created not by me. God has created this in a cosmic plan. So, but আমি আমার নই জননী আমার কিছুই নাই ভূতলে এ ব্রহ্মাণ্ড তোমার সৃষ্টি ব্রহ্মাণ্ড this earth, this planet, these stars, these galaxies, whatever we see, it is তোমার সৃষ্টি, you have created. দৃষ্টিহীনে আমার বলে শ্যামা. Those who are blinded, those who have not the vision, they say mine, mine. So all billions of people, we say my, me and mine, me and mine. But that is not. Here is the idea. Bhakti will say, no, no, no. It's nothing belongs to me. It is yours. Drishtihine. So I want to be not drishtihin, means not blind. I want to see things in light. It is your creation, oh mother. It is yours. No. Today is Annapurna Puja. His mother's puja is going on. Mother Durga, another form, and is also Durga Puja, na Basanti Puja, another form of Mother Durga.
Spring Mother.
Yeah, actually it is the Durga Puja, springtime. So anyway, so this is the idea that mother, everywhere mother has created everything, and we foolishly thinking I have created. So Bhakta will not identify, Bhakta will surrender me, myself, and all the activities in the world, whatever happens, and even the Vedic karma rituals and rites and rituals, whatever it does, all its effects, all its result, offer it to God. That means he is free. Ramakrishna again and again says that when your ego dies, ami mole, if your I dies, guchibe janja, all your troubles will be over. The whole world is a fight between my ego, your ego. You understand that way. This is right, this is wrong. All ego, ego, ego. Everyone, if you can just take this idea that everything is God created. Everything is happening by a greater will. How we are here together, 2-3 people. How we are someday 10 people. Who is planning? How it goes that someone is in a very happy mood and someone is in an unhappy mood. Who is controlling what? It is actually, if we see, it is a cosmic drama going on. Cosmic drama. God is the cosmic planner, and it is his play or mother's play, and we think my duty, my work, I got it, I did that, I am. So as much I comes, that much is the suffering comes. So in fact, the devotees do not feel that he owns anything of this world. It is on page 132. He has completely surrendered himself to the Lord. Completely surrendered. That is the major point. The whole spiritual life is surrender. It is learn to surrender. Swami Turiyananda, whole life was staunch Vedanta. I am Atman, I am pure, all this childhood onward. At the end, he is saying, surrender, surrender, surrender. It is mother, it is mother, it is mother. Why do you think about your own problems? Give it to mother. Give it to mother. So surrender is the last word in spiritual life. And surrender means what? What to surrender? Surrender. Because I am here, my ego is there, everything is here. And my likes and dislikes are there. If I am gone, what is the connection with this world? Suppose when you are sleeping, where was your world of connection? Where was your anxieties, worries? Where was your duties done? Do's and don'ts, good karma, bad karma, this, that. Nothing. I has been surrendered to not surrendered, but it has gone to sleep. But if this I can be given at the feet of the Lord, then what is your problem? Sadananda Sukevase Shama Jodi Pire Chai. If Mother Sama glances at you, then all your troubles are gone, all suffering vanishes, and you will be ever established in bliss. So this is the surrender. So self-surrender, as already explained by Narada, is the culmination of spiritual life. All spiritual disciplines are undertaken in order that we can surrender ourselves to God and His will. My only refuge art thou, O Lord. I am thine, thou my own, my very own. Thus it is that the heart of the devotee is ever filled with love for God. Therefore, profit or loss does not enter into their mind. So there is nothing to come there. That loss or gain has no value there. Only to say, let my ego go. My only refuge are you, O Lord. You, I am your. I am your. So if we say like that, a devotee means egoless. Thakur Ramakrishna in him, he could not find the ego anyway. He could not say I even. He used to say this, like this. This is a matter. When you indicate some material object, you call this, it, that. He used to point out towards his own body, it, like a jara. Normally in Sanskrit and English, we have these two words we use. When it is some sentient object, we term differently. And when it is insentient object, these are like table, chair, floor, it is in a language differently. It, that, in English. Neutral gender. But here it is, neither it is I, neither it is it. It is something, a jara, matter. So even the ego has gone, abated him, totally left him. So that's why the goal of life should be sadhana. Our practice should be then to do this, that not to bother much about material gain and loss, but to bother about how we are forgetting God, how I am making I. Whenever you see that manifestation of I is more, spirituality is less. And when I is zero, as it is tending towards zero, spirituality is waning up.
If the I is the I of longing for God,
that's good. That is good because that is connecting with God. Our longing for God means if longing for God is not falling in this category, because longing of God means I am forgetting the world. If you are longing for one thing means that time you are not thinking of other thing. That means you are just moving towards God. That is ultimately will lead you to surrender, total surrender. So for God, whenever anything we do, for God, whatever we do, that takes us to spiritual development and ultimate peace. So his heart is ever filled with bliss and God, of God. Rites and ceremonies, as enjoined by the scriptures, become no longer necessary to him. All this puja, worship, rites, rituals are done to develop love for God. But when one really moves towards God with love, these ceremonies and things fall down. As I give the example, suppose you invite a very honorable guest. So what do? Oh, this such great Swami is coming or great gentleman is coming. We do our table cover with some cloth, decorate the table with flowers and flower vase, and put the cutlery in proper way. Organize, make a chair, make a seat. Why? When you are inviting some honorable guest, no? But that guest becomes your friend. And now friendship grows such a way that he comes whenever he likes, you go to him whenever you like. Then what happens? Then you care for to make a table like that and put the proper way, spoon, fork, this, water. No. When friendship grows in more and more, formalities drop and drop and drop. Huh? Then you behave as if it's your own. So there is no formalities. Formalities drops. It happens in the more gross example is that when a boy falls in love with a girl, or a girl falls in love with a boy, and they want to invite and in their home, and then make a big dish and preparation from morning going on, and what to prepare, what to give, what to say to her, and all formalities. And afterwards, when they are married, then after 3 days, hey, you do your thing. Can you not do? Bring my water. This is because that means the love has developed. The love develops, this type of formalities drop. So formalities are for the beginning, spiritual love also. When you love God, then you have to offer the flower, wash your hand 20 times. This way you have to put flower like that and chant this mantra this way and do this mudra this way. If you don't do, then you are not doing puja. What is type of puja? And they go on. Ramakrishna is a great example before us. And then what happened? When he shows that you see how your mind goes little more intimate, thinking of God, and when he's putting the flower, and we also put the flower in our head, and he also put the flower in his head, and then that Hrit Padmam Asanam Nadya was, and he goes there, Hrit Padma Asana, and he's sitting, and nectar like water is washing the feet. He goes engaged in such a way, half an hour gone. Hari, Hari, the bhoga is to be offered. All the devotees are waiting for prasad. He is absorbed, absorbed, and absorbed. Then ultimately, his job is gone. It is no more. Even the authorities said, no, no, no. He has done enough. No more puja for him. So, he is excused from the duties. The Lord, Ramakrishna gave the example. When that type of devotion comes, in India, in every country, mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. The daughter-in-law, when they come, they train them. And train them sometimes a little harshly. To make them work hard work, morning to evening. Because you are the young girl, you have to work, you see, learn and this and that. And seniors relax a little bit and the juniors get the burden of the work. And when they're going on, but the same mother-in-law, when the baby comes in the daughter-in-law's body, then what happens? Mother-in-law reduces the activity level. And when the baby is almost to be born, that's what they do. The mother-in-law takes away all other responsibilities. And the baby is born, mother-in-law say that he is only to take care of the child, nothing else. So God is like that. When one thinks that God, so God, you love God, love God, love God. It is for us, it is nothing. We think nothing. But if you see something, like a baby is born in mother's womb, gradually becomes solidified, more concrete. Love for God becomes concrete. And then one gets absorbed and absorbed. When total absorption, then world will allow. Please the person. You need not have to do anything. You live with God alone. That itself is the duty. So similarly, one can surrender to God like that. It is a sadhana. Then the ultimate goal of life will be reached. Cannot see you. The
No.
current seems have been
No, it is
turned off.
visible. I can see. Camera is on. The green light is on.
Okay, but I do not know what has happened. You try on your side. I think here it is okay. Okay, Ulka. So, his heart is ever filled with the bliss of God. Rites and ceremonies are enjoined by the scriptures because becomes no longer necessary to him. So a devotee does not need to continue all these formalities of rituals and forms. As Sri Ramakrishna used to say, what is to say? Shandha. Sandha means the regular rites which a Brahmin performs 3 times a day. There is a ritual in early days. We also do, we sit for meditation morning, evening, and noontime. But earlier days, you have to take a shower and then you have to sit in a sprinkle Ganges water. You have to take with a big spoon, small spoon, as in the puja time we take, and then you sip this way. You jointly say and mantras and as in the puja we do little rituals are there after doing sprinkling water and this and that and that. Then formalities all to be done. Then you do your something practice. So, but nowadays we say no, just get and come, sprinkle water, sit quietly, try to think of God directly. All the formalities are necessary, not necessary. It is something to think that I'm pure is necessary, that it's good that we take a shower or use a fresh cloth for, but not those formalities in early days. Sandha is a process. You have to do so many rituals to do that. That is not necessary anymore. So he says if you start Sandha, he says Sandha means regular rites which a Brahmin performs 3 times that merges into Gayatri. After sitting and doing all these formalities, it gets 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then you start chanting Gayatri mantra. Om Bhur Bhuva Swa Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Om. So this mantra, then you chant. Huh? But when you really fall in love with God, so you need not, you can skip this formalities part. You just sprinkle Ganges water, use a fresh cloth, sit for prayer, and start meditating on the light, the effulgent light, Gur Bhuvaswa, that light effulgent which permeates the whole nooks and corners of the heart, and it is Bhulok, Bhuvalok, Shalok, all the planes covering all the light. Meditate on that light. Huh? So your formalities ends in Gayatri. Better to do that Gayatri. And you are chanting Gayatri towards the beginning. This chant, he says, chant 28 times, chant 108 times, as many times as you can. We chant, chant, chant. But we chant, we don't think much. But by chanting, 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 when you are really fall in love with that meaning of it, and then you focus your mind gradually, then what will happen? It will, the Vedic prayers which Brahmin repeats daily, and the Gayatri then ends into simple utterance. You need not have to chant the whole mantra. Om Bhur Bhuva. Only you chant Om. When you chant Om, immediately you see that your mind is going to the effulgent light. So one, with the formalities you start. Formalities, when you really practice devotion, then it goes to the whole mantra to chant only for forgetting formalities. And when you are deepened into that, it ends into that ultimately, not the entire mantra, even utterance of Om Bas. Your mind gets merged into that truth. So Sri Ramakrishna said that all these formalities are for the beginning. Beginning, you must have to do that because you are not mature yet. So if we don't do, our meditation will not come. If we relax, suppose in the morning you relax, then what will happen? You try, one day you relax, second day, what will happen? You will relax more. The third day, okay, and then it goes on. Holy Mother said, I was little troubled and I thought that I will relax a little. Oma, next day, then she brought back to her own practice. So in spiritual life, that's a very warning, great warning, not to relax, but to how to intensify. Intensification. You spend your time in Hindu houses, no? All our families, Hindu houses, they have small shrine. And the mothers or those who do the puja, they had to spend about half an hour, 30 minutes, 40 minutes in the shrine room only to change the cloth, turn the old flowers, clean the old images, then you offer some fruits, candies, cut the fruits, cut the can, organize them, and they take all the time. And they say, oh, I was in the shrine for 1 hour. Then if it is said, what did you do? All the formalities is done. Did you sit for meditation? Oh, I didn't get any time. I had to take all the night dress. The Lord was sleeping. So sleeping cloth, blankets had to be taken out. They had to be folded. All this one item after another item, cleaning process. You clean your bed every day. So clean the Lord's bed and took all this time. And meditation time, in most of the places people send photographs, you see. They show how many items of food was offered to the Lord. Okay, good. That's good. But where is the time for your meditation? When did you meditate? When do you think he is here? Maybe some good devotees do that while they prepare meals for food. They think that I'm doing for them. That's good. But most of the places, it ends in formalities. And no connection, no time to sit with the Lord. There is a Bengali proverb, there is Jain Sadro Time Koi, meaning a person has his ceremonial rites of after death, there is some ceremony. So some foolish person came, oh, today is the Shraddh ceremony. Where is that guy? Whose Shraddh ceremony? Where is he? He forgot. He forgot that the man is dead. That's why this Shraddh ceremony. So he turned the subtle world. Memorial service. And he said, in the coming into the memorial service, someone is saying, hey, where is that guy whose memorial is going on? Where is he? That means he has not the least idea that what is memorial service. So to think of God more intensely is the goal of life. It ends up in all the formalities, cleaning the shrine, making the vase, morning onward, plucking the flowers, making the sandal paste, running for this, running for that. And all this time gone. And when the meditation time comes, to flower, and then then prayer time, just chanting the mantra. So, but it should be, formalities will reduce. Yeah, you will do formalities, not to be ignoring that. But as really sincerely one moves towards God, his emotion, his love will grow for God so much. The formalities automatically reduce. It will reduce to the minimum. And what will happen? Then you will be focused more into the realization of God, or in loving God. You fall in love with God more and more and more. So that is the meaning, that when you start your practice, you start the mantras, sandha, and then you chant the whole mantra, all the formalities you do, and then sit. I have no time. I cannot do. Many people ask, how many times I have to repeat my mantra? Can I do 10 times? 10 times is what? Do 108. 108 times. Okay, 108. I do 108. 108 is what? do 1,000 times. No, 1,000 times, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. Huh? So, main thing is that all the formalities take away the time. Where is the time to chant the mantra? That's the problem. That's why I say, as devotion grows, the formalities will reduce, rather your connection with Him will be intimate more and more. If I take 10 times God's name, one time my mind will go to God, 9 times it will run for other things. That happens every day. But how you can overcome that? Every day you practice, practice, practice. That's why Thakur said, that Ramakrishna said, that the Vedic Brahmins, they start with the Sandha, means all the rites and rituals, and then chant the mantra, Brahmacharya mantra, or that mantra, what you call, Bhurvu, Gayatri mantra, Om Bhur Bhuva, Swa, etc. And then if you practice more, then ultimately it will end in that only that Gayatri. Rituals are dropping, more your mantra practice is going on. And more mantra practice moves on and on and on. Then you need not have to chant your whole mantra. Even the Om you do, your Om will give the concept. Ma Bindu. You can dive deep into the whole Mandukya Upanishad, Mandukya Karika is the explanation of the Om. So as you develop, it will end into that feeling. Then you will be totally lost into the thought of the cosmic light, cosmic bliss, cosmic joy that is Brahman, or in devotion we call God. No? So that will be the gradual process. So this is a sadhana, spiritual practice, 61 verse. And then what? Gayatri ends in simple utterance. What is the utterance? The sacred syllable, that is Om. And Om, what will happen? Ultimately you chant Om, Om, Om. And then ultimately the chanting of the Om will also go away. Only that truth will remain. So it is a step, fourth step. With rituals we start, reduce the ritual, mantra will be more, and then mantra, repetition of the mantra. All I have done 10,000 today. No. Then think of it, it will be leading to single syllable mantra, and then single syllable mantra will lead you to silence. Mouth will stop. Those people, then they have no expression. They sit and just get merged into that. Only their face shows, their luminous face shows that they are in blissful. As just the other verse we said, what is the sign of bhakti? Bhakti will be, it will bring peace in your mind. Those people who say, I do meditation practice and my mind is restless, some problem is there. Somewhere it is some problem. Peace as also ananda, not ordinary ananda, paramananda, supreme joy will happen. So this is the verse number 61. This book says, the bhaktas don't keep anything of their own, money, wealth, prosperity, their family members, everything they offer at the feet of the Lord. God becomes their only treasure. Therefore, loss of money, loss of relatives or friends, they don't get bothered about that. And he sees the presence of God everywhere. Therefore, it is everything happening in God's will, so they surrender everything to God only. And the second verse, this is the verse number 61. 62 verse says, what is the sin? Na tad siddho loko vyavaharo hiya kintu phalatyaga tat sadhanam cha karma karjameva. Not tat siddho. But when you attain God, Siddhi. Siddhi means success. When you attain Siddhi, then true that you need not have to perform your ritualistic work anymore. But Loka Vyavaharo here, till you reach that bhakti, you success in bhakti. Don't give up the formal behavior pattern in the outside world. When you are really intoxicated in God, that's a different thing. But before that, you follow your norms, regular norms and duties. Ramakrishna, that's why in Ramakrishna's time, there are many fake people used to imitate Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna is singing, dancing, and going into ecstasy. So these people also started singing and dancing and making a show of as if they are merged into God, no? And they're rolling down in the floor and this and that. But when they go out, you see the same old guy, old eye is still functioning. So no, the total life will be transformed. They will be absolutely in peace and they will be absolutely withdrawn and a source of joy. So you should not give up your duties and all these responsibilities when but how to do? How will you live in the world? Na phalotyago tat sadhanam. You have to do every work and offer it to God. Anything you do, everything is offered to God. That's sadhanam cha karjamevo. And all karma you have to do, all sadhana you have to do, but offer their results to God. I did 1,000 japa. Don't carry it into. Oh Lord, whatever I have done, this much I tried, I offer it at your feet. So everything you do more japa or less japa, a tray, I could not do today, oh Lord, please help me. No? Offer it to God. Whatever you do at the end of the day or in between day, every moment, moment to moment, transfer all your practice, result of your practice at the feet. It is yours, it is yours. So you become then free. So that's right. Though a realized person, even though the devotee may have surrendered himself utterly to the Lord, that is, I'm reading the verse number 62, page 133. Even though the devotee may have surrendered himself utterly to the Lord, he must not renounce action in the world, but continue to perform it, giving up the fruits of actions to the Lord. Many people, we should not, it is called that when it matures, the fruit when it matures, sometimes perfectly ripened fruit, it drops. You do not have to do anything. Huh? Sometimes some, what you call the body, some uh, bowl or something. Blister. When blister comes in your body, and there are some process where you need not have to do anything. It will die out of its own and the skin will fall down. But if it is in the very unripe situation, you just try to touch it and wound it. The wound will be more. So in the unripened state, we should not give up karma or anything. Karma will drop automatically. Your duties will drop automatically. Only we have to surrender to God. So if too much surrendering goes on, then God automatically releases. Ramakrishna's no duty was there. What he is to do? His duty was to give advice. No? And uh, everything is going on, but she has done all of spiritual practice and everything and showing us. He is God himself. But still he showed that if you get immersed in God, he used to say, so many things come because I take the name of the mother. No? I take mother's name. Like people said so many.
Sri Ramakrishna was not under any organization. When you are in some organization, you cannot denounce your duties, your responsibilities of the organization.
That's why it is said, don't do till you get totally absorbed. In any organization, when a person becomes totally intoxicated in God, the society, the friends, they understand among them. They will release you. You need not have to think about that. Are you sincerely so much absorbed? That is the question. When it happens, they Santananda Swami. They has not never given by the Belur authority uh, that some responsibility, do this, do that, do that. No. But he was always in his here. He lived in this order, and he's a glaring example of spiritual attainment. Mother's disciple, Holy Mother's disciple, and to whom Santananda, who is to
But on
this.
the other hand, Swami Sarvadevananda was also a highly spiritual giant, but
That they
last
came.
minute he had to
Now
do
that they
duty.
have to do that, willingly they have accepted Ramakrishna's work. So that's a different thing. They are all Ishar Kotis, spiritual people. They are brought in his team to have some purpose of their life. They don't need for themselves. They don't do for it themselves because there is no selfish end. They are all doing for the Ramakrishna's work, means Ramakrishna's command. Even Swami Shankarananda Maharaj said that now even Thakur comes and commands, gives order what to do. So they used to give every day his order. Swami Vivekananda, how much work he did in this country. But every day, what to do tomorrow. I have given 3, 4 lectures and I do not know what to talk more tomorrow. And whole night, all the supply came from whom? It's dictated by you what to do. Vivekananda wanted not to do work. Ramakrishna said, your very bone will do. You have been bought for this purpose, for the good of humanity, no? So they are in a category different. They do, and they are not bound. That's why they are so peaceful. Swami Sarvadevananda's example you are talking about. Sarvadevananda Swami was such a person, such a spiritual person, and what a peace! So much load, so much burden, so much troubles, but nothing is disturbing his peace. Shanti Rupatvat. Peace resides, joy inside. Holy Mother said, people talk about so much suffering and pain. Oh, my child, oh, mother, and oh, dear daughter, I never felt what is called suffering. I used to feel always a jar full of joy, pitcher full of joy in my heart. Holy Mother is feeling pitcher full of joy. So why not suffering? They are world teacher, forget about them. But for us, if anyone sincerely calls upon God, God will take care of it. Okay, so I will deal with this 62 verse next day more. So I end here. I will be responding to some question answers. So 62 on 133. We'll read next time more details. Just we started today. Okay, and let us see. Today we learned that how much we can surrender to God, all me and my activity and my everything to surrender to God. Thank you all. So let me end this and then go to the question answer session. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Panamastu. Thanks for joining. So let us see if there is any question. Okay. How can we meditate on the nirguna formless aspect of God? Yes. Meditation, first we have to understand what is meditation. Meditation means Tatro Tattaikatanata Dhyanam. The Narada Sutra, Patanjali Sutra says, what is the definition of dhyana? Tatropati, towards that, ekotanata, one-pointedness, one-pointed love, one-pointed flow of thought towards that is called meditation. So meditation is very difficult. In the 8 steps of samadhi, in the Patanjali, it is meditation is the seventh, eighth is samadhi. So we loosely use the word meditation, but it is more of a concentration. So how we can concentrate, your question is how we can concentrate on the nirguna aspect of God. If nirguna or formless aspect of God. Normally, you know that verses like, as you said, just we are discussing the Gayatri mantra. Om Bhur Bhuvaswa Tat Savitur Varenyam Devasya Dhimahi. Suppose this is Nirguna Dhyana. How will you think? It says Om. Om is the infinite, endless, fathomless, beginningless, endless, light and effulgence. But I don't get it. That's why the rishis are helping us. Now think, Bhoo. What is Bhoo? The planet Earth. Think how much you can think of planet Earth. Go expand your mind in all directions. That Bhoo, this much vast, faster, faster. Oh, don't get exhausted. Now think about Bhuva, the interspace. This and the planet, another star. What is the distance? Think. Go, 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 go. Throw your mind into the infinite ideas of time and space in the space. Run in the space. Your Upanishad suggests that your mind wants to run, let it run for infinity. So let it go. You tell your mind, oh mind, you want to run? You want to hop from here to there? Okay, you hop from here, go to the sun, then go to the next star, go to the another galaxy. Move as much as you can go, go, go. So Bhu and Bhuva, interspace. And then you think about the Swa, Swargaloka, the heaven, or the world of what you call non-material world, Bhurvuvasa. Now think, Tat Savitur Varenyam, that is engulfed with the light. Feel that is no darkness. Close your eyes and do expand, 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 expand as much as you can to the east, to the west, to the north, to the south, up, below, everywhere. Throw your mind in all directions. It is called the focusing on the. You are not focusing in a particular spot, but you are focusing on the particular idea of infinity. So that is the way one can start, and that is the practice. But we cannot really think of God, the formless, with our limited mind. That's why our gurus give us a form of some avatar of Rama, Krishna, Christ, Buddha, any of them, or give the form of Durga, etc., who are God, the manifestation of that infinite in a compact way, so that I can think. Now that is the Saguna manifestation. So we will have to practice this way. There are many indications of such meditation in the book of Yoga in the book Ashtavakra Samhita, in the Bhagavad Gita also there are Natatro, Surjo Bhati, etc., etc. Upanishads are replete with these ideas. One can just focus on any mantra, try to explore its meaning, and go on, and expand the mind in all directions. That way we can learn little concentration on the nirguna formless aspect. Okay, thank you. Next, another question. In which stage of spirituality does ritual really matters? Is it in the preliminary stage or in the advanced stage? Yes. Normally, rituals are for the preliminary stage. But it's very interesting. If one attains knowledge or attains real devotion, then when he does that ritual, it comes with a new meaning in life. First of all, Ramakrishna Like any priest, they started the mantra as we do in the puja book written. But as he is a demonstration for all of us, example. So as he goes into deep and deeper, what happens? As you say, the rituals are dropping, but the meaning of rituals are coming out. All rituals mean Brahman. All ritualistic impression ultimately leads to the concept of the vastness of the divine. No? So, as you say, Ramakrishna used to see that there is a mantra, you sprinkle wrong mantra, wrong, and sprinkle water around you. And you think that you are encircled, there is a circle of fire is protecting you so that no impure thought can come. No? We do it. If something wrong, we also say. We say because it is to be said, it is written in the book. But Ramakrishna used to see a flame, fire, real fire encircling him. So that comes back with a spiritual meaning of it. But rituals automatically drops but rituals are necessary mostly at the very preliminary stage, and as matures it drops. But even after that they do some puja, that's a different thing. Their rituals are different. That every part of the ritual will take them to samadhi. Every part of the thing they can take it to samadhi. Because when they see the fire and then mind goes to the fire, the power behind the fire is the prana, prana is the behind and goes to the Brahman. So ultimately it takes them to the same destination. But as you have said, Nirvan, that it is really ritual, really matters at the very beginning stage of it. But we have to understand, are we beginning stage or we have advanced much? So long our mind does not get settled in love of God, we have read the Bhakti Yoga, our mind is not getting absorbed in God, so we are still in the ritualistic level. So better to do, of course, we can transform our every activity as a ritualistic action. You are cooking for somebody, you think that it is your serving, cooking for Ramakrishna, cooking. So you make it spiritual, but ritual actually helping us to think of God. So we can make ritual not only in the shrine room. In you are a computer person, what you are doing in the computer, you think you are serving, you are working for God. So if it takes you towards God, then your other ritual will go on, but your mind will be absorbed in God and God. So ritual will be for the beginners. It does not matter if you are advanced, but no one will have to tell that. It will drop off automatically. Okay, thank you. And then I see that another question. Oh, it's gone. What is the...
The question is, how can we attain Shuddha Bhakti?
Oh, how can we attain Shuddha Bhakti, pure Bhakti? That is the study of the whole Narada Sutra. We are reading that, how to attain Bhakti. That's the main theme of the whole book reading, is that again it is gone. It does not stay for a moment.
It stays.
I didn't do anything, but it went. Anyhow, I got the... So, how to attain Shuddha Bhakti? So, we start with the ritualistic Bhakti, and ritualistic Bhakti matures into pure Bhakti. Ritualistic Bhakti, to take a shower, feel that I am pure, sprinkle Ganges water, prepare some sandal paste for the Lord, pluck flowers for that, cook anything I'm doing, cooking for the Lord, then you offer it to God first, and then as a prasad you take it. All this ritualistic standard which is prescribed in the scriptures is also followed by different people and traditionally. So but at the same time, as we said, that we have to Develop that means you will fall in love with God. If you fall in love with God, then what will happen? You will like godly people. You will not release the association of those people who don't talk about God, or they talk about mundane things. They talk about things which are distracting to your mind. You will avoid that type of people. Good people, holy people, you will like them. If you find a good holy man, then you will give up your own job. It happens here in this country. When Amritananda Mahima used to come, I have seen many people run to see what is there, giving their other duties, responsibilities. Then they falling in love with some spiritual element. You're searching that. So that tendency we'll have to develop how we can spiritualize our attention, not to the worldly ideas more. My tendency is changing. On in the computer get the whole world, internet. But your tendency will be how to listen to some spiritual talk, where to listen to some music, spiritual music, and then it can give all types of things. All types of talks are available in the internet. But the devotee will, its attitude will change gradually towards mature bhakti. Immature bhakti is starting like that. Tendency will change. I was very happy with my friends and relatives and engaged. Gradually, your mind gets to feel, no. I'll be making friendship with the devotees. So become our friend. We have our own brothers and sisters before our becoming a monk or joining. They are our own. But who are our own, we feel now. We feel the devotees are our own. Why the devotees? The devotees, they think of God. And we also think of God. There we are connected. The monks, other brother monks, nuns, they have dedicated their life for God. So we feel connected with them more rather than our old tenses. Most of you, the devotees, you feel more connected with whom? If you feel more connected to your worldly people, then you have to wait for some time. But as your tendency is changing to listen to some of the spiritual people, you are making friendship with them, you are talking about spiritual issues there, listening to, reading the books, singing bhajans of which inspires you. So these are the way to develop. We have read already Bairi, it will come next verse, one or two verses it will come, that you will be fascinated with the good devotees listening about God and singing about His glories, and you will avoid the association of people who are deeply immersed in world and worldliness. You will not keep any touch with them, and not with hatred, but to protect yourself. You will salute them from a distance, but you will be making more, you'll feel more comfortable. Some people say, I feel more comfortable. You will feel more comfortable with holy people, spiritual people, those who meditate, those who love God, those who. So that tendency will gradually lead us from this present state to the supreme love state, Parabhakti state. Okay? So thank you all then. I think that is done. How the quality of gratefulness has been described in the scripture. Gratefulness. Qualities of gratefulness, what is that? How the quality gratefulness, we should be all grateful for anything, thanking, it is a natural. But if we are devotees, then we'll see that every breath we should be grateful that I'm breathing now. This breath can stop any moment, no? So anything we do, genuinely, we have to think that God, because of God, we are here. So if that idea enters into mind, you think that your every blinking of the eyes is possible because God is there. Because God is there, I am talking with you. Because God is there, I am seeing you. So all these I should be grateful to God. Oh Lord, your grace. And you come in my life gradually. So gratefulness,
No, so she's
thankfulness.
asking that is Shraddha an outcome of gratefulness?
Our Shraddha will be the inner call, faith and devotion, and that will express yourself as grateful. When internally one becomes devoted to God, the faith and love for God comes. Shraddha means faith and love for God comes. Naturally, you'll be grateful. You'll be grateful to God for every moment. If that does not develop for God inside, so we cannot just outside fake. We cannot say, I'm grateful to you. When we say grateful to you, really, we feel that I was supported by somebody in my odd time, in odd situation. Eh? I was helped by somebody. So I'm grateful to him. So if that should come, if we believe that God is the indweller, God is the guiding force, if that develops love, Shraddha for Atman, for God and Guru and the scripture, this is called the Shraddha. Right? Guru Vedanta Vakkeshu Utiva Vishwaso is called Shraddha. Eh? Vedanta Guru, your spiritual teacher, and Vedanta Vakko, these words spoken in the Vedas, Utiva Vishwasa, extreme faith. Because scripture said, you are Atman, you are pure. Yes, I am. At least faith. This is sure. I don't feel it. But that is true. And trusting on that, you have such a faith, then you really practice that instruction. Then that will manifest. Then you will feel. Devotees say that I am thankful for everything to God. And really, if we really look at our capacity in the world and our achievement, our success, our failure, we will find that it is only by God's grace everything is happening. So we should be thankful. Thank God. So thankfulness, gratefulness will be natural, probably, if we can think inside and we develop our Shraddha more for God and the Vedanta scriptures and the Guru. Okay? Okay, so thank you all, and we'll hope to see you in our next class at 7:30 in the Shanti Gita. Okay? Thank you. Jai Ma. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.